All right, guys, today we are working on this 2016 Hyundai Veloster. It has codes for camshaft and crankshaft position sensor. They are not synchronized. There's a giant slap, terrible noise when the car's running. So we went ahead and ordered a timing chain kit, guides, tensioner, all that. Let's throw it in this car. This is the 1.6 liter, flashing check engine light, etc., etc. The list goes on. It's in rough shape, so let's see if we can fix it up. First thing we're gonna do is obviously the valve cover needs to come off. All the connectors, coil packs, etc., high pressure fuel pump, all this needs to come off, and then we can get a timing cover, you know, motor mount, pulleys, serpentine belt, all this. So let's just go ahead, get this wheel off because we are gonna have to work under here. Get this wheel off, engine splash sealed, all this stuff. All right, guys, we got the valve cover off. Okay, all the accessories, high pressure fuel pump right here. Go ahead and keep this feed line connected to it, but you can take off the hard line. I forgot to mention, disconnect the battery right off the bat. Okay, next thing, we're gonna take this motor mount off, jack up the engine, okay, and then the serpentine belt, pulleys, etc. And then we'll tear into this front timing cover and see what we got going on. All right, guys, here's the update, taking off this timing cover. Got the water pump off, got the crankshaft pulley off. It is at top dead center. We got our two marks lining up with each other, and the crankshaft is at top dead center. Okay, so let's take off these timing cover bolts. We got the alternator out, everything's good. Let's do it. Alrighty, we got this timing cover off. Here's what we got going on. So let's just inspect everything, see what we need. I'm considering these phasers. You know, considering if we need to replace them, not sure. Yeah, man, otherwise go ahead and inspect everything, guides, tensioner. We'll take this all off. I just want to show you the parts before I put them in. New guides, obviously, new tensioner, chain. Here's a part number. It was just a cheap Amazon kit. So we're gonna go ahead and do this. I'm not gonna do the phasers right now. We'll see if we need it when we throw it back together. This job is quick enough to where I don't have the parts right now, so I'll just put the chain in, see how it goes. All right, everybody, we got the guides installed, the tensioner. I want to show our marks. So paint mark on the sprocket right there with the paint mark there. Same thing. Again, both of these lines on the phasers are pointing at each other, so that's top dead center on the camshaft. Down here we have the crankshaft sprocket, which the paint mark is lined up. And you can't tell, but that is at top dead center. And they say that that pin right there should be at 3 degrees north. That's your top dead center for that. But I set that before I pulled off the timing cover, because that's how you look at the top dead center 0 degree mark. So we can pull this pin off, and we are timed. Guys, I know I didn't show much reassembly, but it is done. Back together. Just double checked everything, have the grounds connected, all the connectors. I got my battery pack on. I went ahead and pulled the fuel pump relay and fuse because we're going to crank it over without starting it so we get some oil pressure on this hydraulic tensioner. Then we'll put the fuel pump relay fuse back in, prime up some fuel, and start it up. Let's see how it goes. All right, guys. Car started right up after I put in the fuel pump relay, started right up on the first crank. There's no more timing slap. So this one is done. Started at 11, went to about 3 p.m., a little past 3 p.m. So it wasn't too bad for this 1.6 liter. Good luck.